How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Bitcoin update. Now, as you saw by the title, the bulls are stepping in from one of the supports I showed you in yesterday's video update. But we already dived into what could possibly happen if we bounce from there. I'm just going to cover that once again. So from this area, I was saying in yesterday's video, it's the first support we could see a bullish reversal from. There's a big but, because even though the whales have protected this level, there is a level up ahead, 120k, which is where we actually got the rejection due to meeting a significant target of mine. Not only was it this double bottom, but we had multiple fibs in this area beyond just this 1618 that you also find exactly in line with the double bottom target. So if I were to zoom in maybe to the 4-hour time frame, it might show this a little bit clearer as it adds candles. Essentially, what I would do with a range like this is use my fibs just like that, and it will show me those upcoming levels in the future that I could potentially struggle at. Usually it's a huge area, but when we look at much larger time frame charts, I zone them out. But here it's an area between 120 and 122k. So we already have other Fibonacci's and reasonings for this 121k level. We just got further confluence now. In fact, it's saying it does actually need to break through and pass 122,000. So on this move back up, if it is successful, then there's no further downside to come, and we're just going to keep seeing new all-time highs. But there's a scenario that we discussed yesterday in which we actually fail to push through here. Bitcoin creates a lower high, and then you could argue a head and shoulders pattern is forming, and that would then signal for a loss of this level 115k, a loss of the support off of yesterday. And that is why I also prepared you guys with these lower level of supports if this doesn't actually end up being the bottom. Even though the bulls have stepped in now, they must also push price past 120k, otherwise the move up will be false. Just a short-term move up, a corrective one before continuation even lower. Now, either way, it doesn't really matter. We're either going to bottom out now and continue to new all-time highs, or that might just be prolonged a little bit more, but we still will see new all-time highs. Where I project Bitcoin getting to next, I can show you through those fibs that I just placed, and you can see it's 1618, like how we're correcting from a different one to 1618 was at 120k. Now another smaller 1618 is at 128k. It also overlaps a lot of other fibs. If I were to zoom back out to the daily time frame, at 128k, you've got 3 different Fibonacci's. So all just acting as confluence, suggesting that if from right now, from 115, 16k, that could be it. And as long as 120k breaks, we will see 130 in the very short term in the following week. But as we're getting closer to the weekend, what I want to see Bitcoin doing for the remainder of this week before the Friday stock market close is actually 120k reclaimed. If we start approaching 120k by Friday, then it's likely to actually be confirmed as resistance, with the bearish scenario being given even more validity. I'm going to be here to update it as it develops and in which direction it chooses, and I'll give you its targets. Otherwise, that is it from me today. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Now, if you want to get educated, jump on a video call with myself. I can teach you the strategy one-to-one. If you don't have as much time, check out the ebook. Or if you want to be part of a community, hearing more of my personal thoughts and being able